Good evening, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this evening, Prime Minister's Youth Awardee for Agriculture killed in Manchester. C.J. Cunningham, the 2022 Prime Minister's Youth Awardee for Agriculture, was shot and killed in Davyton, Manchester, reports say. Councillor for the Belfield Division, Maria Mitchell, said Cunningham, 29, was an uplifting figure in the communities of Chantilly and Davyton. This murder is very shocking, and it is something that is quite shocking to the community and to myself as the councillor. He was a promising young man who is a farmer and a hard-working young man. He recently won the Prime Minister's Youth Award for Agriculture, and he was an excellent farmer. He was having very successful ventures in agriculture, in terms of strawberry farming and a number of other crops and things that he would have planted, said Mitchell. Preliminary reports suggest that Cunningham was gunned down on Friday evening in a section of Davyton. Mitchell said he and other citizens in the area are in disbelief and are puzzled over the incident. This is quite shocking, and it's something I am trying to wrap my fingers around, because this is a young man that is hardworking, dedicated, committed, somebody who is a contributing member of the society in a positive way and a role model to the community. So I'm trying to determine what is the reason behind such a gruesome act on a promising young man who has done nothing than to lift the community and put it in a positive light, he said. It is something that we must get to the bottom of. We must find out what exactly is happening in terms of that context, added Mitchell. Cunningham, in a February 2023 article published in the Jamaica Observer, shared that he had been exposed to farming as early as age 11, planting corn, sugarcane, and mint. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has joined the nation in mourning the tragic loss of C.J. Cunningham. In a statement from the Office of the Prime Minister, Holness described Cunningham as a promising young entrepreneur and a beloved member of the community of Chantilly District in Manchester. On behalf of the government and the people of Jamaica, I extend my heartfelt condolences to CJ's family, friends, and the entire community. Our thoughts and prayers are with you at this time, the statement said. It further noted that Cunningham's innovative approach to farming and his dedication to his community were evident in every aspect of his work. His passion for farming and entrepreneurship was recognized as he was the owner and the chief executive officer of Fairwoods Farm JA, with a quarter-acre vegetable farm equipped with greenhouse technology. He was also a graduate of the Southwest Tibet Institute, obtaining several hard NSTA certifications. Through hard work and dedication, CJ exemplified the spirit of resilience and innovation in our youth, the statement added. Labor gunned down in St. Mary. A man was shot and killed in Enfield, St. Mary on Saturday morning. The deceased has been identified as 22-year-old laborer Lamar Hunter, otherwise called Tubby, of Epsom in Onoto Bay in the parish. Reports from the Onoto Bay police are that about 12:16 a.m., citizens heard explosions and summoned them. On their arrival, Hunter was reportedly seen lying face down along the roadway with gunshot wounds all over his body. He was transported to the hospital where he was confirmed dead. Investigations continue. Businessman dies after crashing into cow. A Westmoreland businessman died as a result of injuries he received when the motorcycle he was riding collided with a cow along the Waterworks main road in Westmoreland on Friday night. He has been identified as 46-year-old Donathan Dillon of Shrewsbury District in the parish. Reports from the Withorn police are that Dillon was riding his blue Yamaha motorcycle along the roadway when he collided with a cow that walked into his path. The now deceased was flung from his bike. He was rushed to the Savannah Lamar Public General Hospital, where he succumbed to his injuries. The news understands that Dillon would have celebrated his 47th birthday on Monday, April 29. The parish of Westmoreland has been battling with a cow-related incident for some time now. Body of Canadian citizen found in Trelawney. The decomposing body of a Canadian citizen was found in Maxfield Heights in Falmouth, Trelawney on Friday night. Police have identified the deceased as 62-year-old Norman White, otherwise called Andre, also of Maxfield Heights. It is reported that around 10:10 p.m., citizens found White's body inside his house and alerted the police. When the lawmen arrived, White was seen with his hands bound and his head partially severed. The body was removed from the scene. A resident, who identified herself as a Marvia, voiced her disgust at the incident. She said the community is known to be peaceful. As a resident, I am concerned. Falmouth not known for these gruesome crimes. Falmouth not known for these bad things. We are a peaceful people and I am very concerned. Trelawny, you can't sleep with the doors open. I know it looks like that will have to stop, she said. She is pleading for divine intervention. That is a very wicked act. No one is safe. We have attacks on young, old, anyone. We need divine intervention, she said. Statistics from the Jamaica Constabulary Force revealed that as of April 20, Trelawny recorded a 100% increase in murders in comparison to the corresponding period last year. This is due to 8 murders this year in comparison to the 4 recorded in 2023. Policemen charged with the murder of teenager to return to court September 20. A plea and a case management hearing has been set for September 20 for 2 policemen charged with the 2008 fatal shooting of a teenager along Joop Lane in Spanish Town, St. Catherine. Sergeant Gervin Leachman of the St. Catherine North Division and Dane Hilton of the St. Thomas Division remain on bail. It is alleged the police were on an operation along Joop Lane on September 22, 2008 when they accosted the teenager Javani Robinson. Robinson reportedly challenged the party with a gun and was shot and injured. He later died at hospital. The policemen were charged with murder following a ruling by the Director of Public Prosecutions in April 2022. They have made numerous court appearances and maintained their innocence throughout. Teacher beats a colleague outside staff meeting. A teacher at a corporate area high school has decided to leave his job, claiming that he now suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder following a physical altercation with a colleague on the compound earlier this month. The revelation was shared in the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court on Thursday when the teacher, who is a complainant against Anthony Mulgrove, declined to attend mediation. I haven't been back to work from the incident. I keep having flashbacks of the incident, the complainant told the senior parish judge, Sanchia Borrell. It was shared that on April 8, there was a staff meeting at the institution where both men are employed as teachers. During the meeting, the complainant saw Mulgrove having another discussion and tapped him on the shoulder to stop disturbing the meeting. Mulgrove asked the complainant to apologize for the tap, but the complainant went outside, where Mulgrove followed him and used a 2x4 board to hit him all over his body, arms, and legs. During the melee, the complainant used his hand to shield himself from being hit in the head, causing damage to his smartwatch. Mulgrove pleaded guilty to assault, occasioning actual bodily harm, and malicious destruction of property. He tapped me on the shoulder with a piece of wood strip and told me to shut up. I told him to apologize and he said no, Mulgrove explained. Borrell requested a social inquiry report to assist with sentencing and made Mulgrove the subject of a fingerprint order. The matter was adjourned until June 26, when Mulgrove is expected to be sentenced. Port Authority to meet with disgruntled security workers May 4. Employees of Port Management Security Limited were in an upbeat mood Friday as they prepared to meet the Port Authority of Jamaica on May 4 to discuss the future of their jobs. The news in its lead story Friday reported that the jobs of workers who carry out the searches of cargo at the nation's ports and are responsible for detecting several guns and rounds of ammunition hidden among goods are under threat. One of the union delegates shared with the news team that a message that came from the office of the CEO and the president of PAJ, Professor Gordon Shirley, and Human Resource Department at the office. I can't even explain my feeling, one of the excited employees said on Friday. Said another employee, we are ecstatic right now. We are really grateful because it looks like a little light is at the end of the tunnel. Now Jamaica sees who the real heroes are, behind all the gunfights and the countless lives that have been saved. It is a good feeling to know our worth is being highlighted and our voices are being heard. Another employee was optimistic about the May 4 meeting. We have a 3-point plan, which we will have the union representative take to Professor Shirley so he knows exactly what we are about. It would be interesting to find out from the relevant ministries, like the Ministry of National Security and the Transport, as to what knowledge they have of the situation. It appears to me that there was a plan to sweep things under the carpet. It would be interesting to know if the various ministers are aware of the happenings. They could put a different twist to it, he said. The news again on Friday sought to reach Professor Shirley for a comment on the matter, but he said he was in a meeting. Meanwhile, a source at the PAJ, who requested anonymity because he had no permission to speak with the media on the issue, said Friday that a claim by the PSML employees that no one has met with them to discuss the job redundancy was inaccurate. The PMSL employees have proposed that all workers who have met academic requirements for the program should be promptly accepted and provided with a clear timeline for their integration into Jamaica Customs, which will assume their roles. For those who have not met the academic criteria but wish to pursue a career with the Jamaica Customs Agency, we propose offering a 4-year contract or secondment from the Port Authority with a mandatory commitment to complete their bachelor's degree during that period. It continued, workers who decide to remain with the PAJ should be strategically placed within the organization based on their skill set to ensure their continued contribution. They also recommended that open communication be maintained with the personnel who do not fall into the above categories to identify mutually beneficial solutions. Crucially, we requested the establishment of a specific timeline for the implementation of these recommendations, ideally within the month of May. This time frame will help to alleviate anxiety and allow workers to make informed decisions about their futures, the workers said. The employees fear that if their jobs are made redundant and their duties are handed over to Jamaica Customs, the island could be in for trouble. As they claim, Customs does not have the experienced personnel to spot containers with guns and other contraband at the ports. One member of the team pointed out that when the company, which is a subsidiary of PAJ, was formed, the only qualifications required were loyalty, discipline, commitment, integrity, honesty, and a dedication to duty. That is why they hired ex-soldiers, because at the time a lot of guns and ammunition were seeping into the country.